These are the final test transmissions for KLFM 96.7 serving Kings Lynn and West Norfolk. We go live in exactly 16 minutes time.
There she was, just walking down the street singing. Oh yeah. Do what did it dum did it do. We'll sing it do what did it dum did it do. Do what did it dum did it do. The sound of West Norfolk.
And we go live exactly 10 minutes time.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7 KLFM.
Listening to KLFM 96.7. To the final test transmissions, we go live in exactly 5 minutes from now.
The sound of West Norfolk. KLFM.
You've been listening to test transmissions for the brand new independent radio station KLFM 96.7, serving Kings Lynn and West Norfolk. We go live exactly 20 seconds.
It's 8 o'clock on Wednesday, the 1st of July, 1992. This is your very first independent radio station, broadcasting from studios in Blackfriars Street, Kings Lynn, KLFM.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7 KLFM.
Good morning, I'm Tony West, and I'll be here weekdays waking you up between 6 and 10, bringing you the best music as well as keeping you updated on the local and national news. And there's the up-to-the-minute traffic details to keep you on the move each morning. We'll also have School Call and an hour of KLFM classics between 9 and 10. So don't miss out. Make sure your radio's tuned to The Breakfast Show each morning on 96.7. Well, now let me introduce you to the rest of the team. Following me at 10, it's Peter Kingham.
Thanks, Tony. I'll be here each weekday taking you through from morning to early afternoon with a mix of great music and very special local guests. I'll be finding out what's going on in the West Norfolk area and also talking to the local people making the headlines. After me at 2, well then, it's Dave King.
Yep, I'll be taking you through the afternoon and taking you home safely, along with some great music. Weekdays between 2 and 6. I've got some terrific brain teasers too, and we'll also be finding out what's happening locally entertainment-wise. All that, travel and traffic, news and sport, it's all here. KLFM 96.7.
After Dave, there's Music in Motion. That's a whole hour of music to drive home to with the latest traffic news. And at 7, it's time for the Great American Music Show with Warren Davis, Terry McKenna, and West Norfolk's very own Mervyn J. Footer. To end the day, it's KLFM's Late Show with Mark Simpson. And here's a selection of the music we'll be playing throughout the day.
Detroit, Michigan, Motortown, Motown. This is the Motown sound.
Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year from this moment on. And we're launching with a very special competition. As part of a £100,000 launch program, we're giving away £6,000 in cash over the next month. You could be winning cash prizes throughout the day, anything up to £1,000 in any hour. So make sure you stay tuned, and don't forget to tell your friends. We're on and live from today. This is KLFM 96.7, the sound of West Norfolk, and you ain't heard nothing yet. Our very first song, Backman Turner Overdrive, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. I can't believe we're here, up and running, having a champagne breakfast in the studio. This won't happen every morning, I can assure you. Over the next couple of hours, I'll explain more about what you'll be hearing on KLFM, the sound of West Norfolk. Driving free, there's Lisa Stansfield at 12 minutes past 8, and time now for the very first traffic update on KLFM. Well, the overnight rain has made driving conditions difficult this morning, and police are advising motorists to slow down to avoid slipping on the wet roads. Roadworks continue on the A149, the Queen Elizabeth Way, approaching the Hardwick roundabout, and a 40-mile-per-hour speed limit is enforced. Some delays at peak time can be expected. Much of Kings Lynn town centre is being roped off this morning because of the RAF parade marking the exercising of the freedom of the borough to Royal Air Force Marham. Saturday Marketplace, Tuesday Marketplace, Common State Quay, Berry Street and part of Baker Street have all been roped off, meaning that 3 main car parks will not be in use. There will be no access around Tuesday Marketplace, Common State Quay and Ferry Street between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. Motorists are advised to avoid these areas and use car parking at Bowl Quay, Regent Way and Chapel Street. If you're travelling to today's first day of the Royal Norfolk Show from Downham, Swaffham, Hunstanton, Wells, Fakenham and Kings Lynn, police advise you to head for Dereham and then approach the showground by the A47. Police are advising motorists to follow the AA signs, and organisers have said that they've done everything possible to avoid delays. So far this morning, we've no problems to report on the West Anglia line between Kings Lynn and Liverpool Street, and buses are also running smoothly. KLFM, the sound of West Norfolk at 17 minutes past 8, and you're listening to us for the very first time. That's Rod and Tina, it takes two. We've got tons to give you as well. Now, how about this? A fantastic Kuoni holiday for two with KLFM. To win this fantastic holiday, simply answer all 4 of the questions we'll be setting each day during July. Fill in the answers in the spaces provided in the launch leaflets, which will be coming through your doors, and send it back to us at KLFM at 18 Blackfriars Street, Kings Lynn, no later than Friday, August the 14th. And I'll be giving you those questions this hour. Nowhere to run to, that's Martha Rees and the Vandellas. This is KLFM. Time now at 8:20 for the latest sports.
Gabriella Sabatini and Jennifer Capriati resume an extraordinary ladies' quarter-final match this morning after bad light brought a halt to a knife-edge encounter on centre court at Wimbledon. Sabatini needs just 1 game to earn a place in the semi-final, holding a 5-3 lead in the final set when they return to court. Finally, Pippa Nolan from West Acre near Swaffham is 3rd in the brand new World Equestrian Rankings just released. Fellow British rider Mary Thompson is number 1.
That was Simon Potter reporting for KLFM 96.7.
You hear me so clearly and see how I try. You feel me, so heal me and tear me apart. From the separate from
KLFM, this is Tony West. Good morning. The time now, it's 26 minutes past 8.
Here comes the lilt man.
You know, just one taste of the totally tropical refreshment of lilt and you can almost hear the waves breaking over the coral reef. Well, now you can taste a totally tropical lifestyle for real by drinking lilt and taking advantage of our totally tropical holiday offer. See the special cans, bottles and multi-packs for details.
It's a totally tropical taste.
Ross Rossiter's Garages. They don't only service BMWs, you know, despite their reputation. From Micra to Mercedes, from MOT to major servicing, use Rossiter's at North Wootton and Dersingham. Phone Kings Lynn 673,000. That's 673,000. Rossiter's, where you're not just a registration number.
Does your holiday company give you top quality service from beginning to end, always providing a courier from weekend breaks to holidays on the other side of the world?
Yes.
Are they all-inclusive holidays with no hidden extras, which even include a free taxi to and from your home?
Yes.
Have they been providing great holidays for 40 years?
Yes.
You already travel with Harrison Holidays then?
Yes, of course I do.
You can't have better holidays than with Harrison Holidays, the Kings Lynn tour operator offering door-to-door service on a full range of affordable, carefully selected, high-quality holidays. Call for your free colour brochure on Kings Lynn 774 634. Harrison Holidays in the High Street, Kings Lynn. Call 774 634.
Hi, I'm Dave King, and I'll be here each weekday afternoon between 2 and 6 with the great hits of the last 3 decades. There's your chance to find the missing links, and there's a little afternoon delight as well, just after 3:30. And of course, you could win £1,000 in cash. You want to find out more? Well, tune in between 2 and 6 right here, KLFM 96.7.
Entrust your home to the Property Centre. We provide an expert and professional selling and house letting service. The Property Centre is West Norfolk's leading residential management agency. We also enjoy an excellent selling record. If you want that personal touch, call into the Property Centre at Highbridge House in Purfleet Street or phone Kings Lynn 765 768. That's the Property Centre, Kings Lynn 765 768.
28 minutes past 8.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7.
KLFM, the sound of West Norfolk. Good morning, I'm Tony West. The time now 8:33, and the headlines. The leader of the Serbs in Bosnia has ordered a new ceasefire to allow relief supplies to reach the starving people of Sarajevo. The announcement was made in a fax to the Times to allow the UN peacekeepers to start distributing the cargoes for cash help from Kings Lynn Star Speedway team. The club recently suffered a £26,000 burglary. There'll be more news at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. Today's weather forecast, rather cloudy with scattered showers and the possibility of some isolated thunderstorms. It'll be hazy and humid with winds light and variable. Today's top temperature 23 degrees Celsius. Tonight, cloudy with showers and possible longer spells of light rain, and starting humid but becoming fresher. Temperatures down to 12 degrees Celsius. And today's high tides, Kings Lynn, it's 7:38 a.m. and 8:14 p.m. Wells next to the sea, 7:32 a.m. and 8:03 p.m. On Stanton, 7:17 a.m. and 7:53 p.m. Today's postcard reports will come to you as and when we get them here on KLFM. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, there's an oldie for you. Well, now, we have a lot of money to give to you. Win £1,000 simply by listening to KLFM 96.7 to mark the launch of us. We're giving away £6,000 in the first 4 weeks during which we're on the air, as well as T-shirts, goodies and cash prizes of £5, £10 and £50. We've 4 individual cash prizes of £1,000 to be given away. And all you have to do is simply listen for your postal district being read out on the air any hour from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then call in on Kings Lynn 692 192. That's Kings Lynn 692 192. You might want to make a point of putting that down on a piece of paper, our telephone number. Well, if you are a lucky caller, then you'll be the winner of one of those fabulous prizes. Every hour we're reading out a new postcode, and it could be that we're reading one out very soon from now. It could be yours, and you could have £1,000 in the bank. It's a nice thought, isn't it? This is new from Robbie Craig. It's called Nothing I Can't Do on KLFM 96.7, the sound of West Norfolk. KLFM, the sound of West Norfolk. Whew, we can sigh a little sigh of relief. We can relax a little bit now. And we've got some great music coming up. And between 9 and 10 this morning, I'll be playing oldies from a couple of years that you may remember for yourself, because I'll have some local information as to what happened then and there. We're back in a moment with Cher and the Shoop Shoop song.
Shouldn't we be leaving for the airport soon? I mean, we don't want to be late. This Brussels meeting's mega vital importance-wise.
Worry not, Nige. Let's see. The flight leaves at 12, so if we say an hour and a half to get to the airport...
Call it 2, Bob. Traffic and all that.
2, right, plus an hour check-in, so that's
10:30, 11, 5:30,
we should leave here at exactly
20 minutes ago.
Oh dear.
I think I'm going to cry, Bob.
Be strong, Nigel, be strong.
If they flew Air UK from Stansted, the airport might not be such a long haul. Stansted is just 20 minutes up the M11 from the M25. For details of flights to Europe's major business centres, contact your travel agent or call Air UK on 0787 881106.
There is a way to afford a new car. Lynn Ford Motor Company, the Ford main dealer in Kings Lynn, will tell you about options, the newest, surest and least expensive way to buy a new Ford. Buying a new car has never been easier. Come and talk to our experienced, friendly staff about your options. Lynn Ford also have a wide range of used cars, many with genuine service histories and sold by us when new. Lynn Ford, we're at Southgates, the first choice in West Norfolk for cars, care and courtesy.
Why leave your home and possessions unprotected when Kings & Barnums can supply and install an electronic burglar alarm system for only £395? For complete peace of mind, call Kings & Barnums on Fakenham 862 080. That's 862 080. But call Kings & Barnums now, or your next visitor might not wait for an appointment.
Win £1,000.
Simply stay tuned to 96.7 KLFM. Listen out for your postal district. When it's read out, ring and win. And every day on KLFM, we'll set 4 questions. Fill in the answers on your special launch leaflet. And who knows, your next holiday could be in Orlando, Florida with Kuoni. KLFM, the winning sound of West Norfolk.
It's a long, hard uphill climb, but you gotta toe the line. So you try.
This is KLFM 96.7, the number one choice in West Norfolk.
Blue Hotel, Chris Isaac. It's 8:45, 8:45. Here's Billy Ray Cyrus with his Achy Breaky Heart. KLFM 96.7.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can close it when I'm gone.
So much going on. The Sandringham Park Bank Holiday Craft Fair opens today. They'll be visiting craftspeople from all over the country with displays, demonstrations and goods for sale. Crafts are open to the public from 10:30 in the morning till 5 each day. Admission to the park and craft marquees is £2 for adults, £1.50 for OAPs, and children just 50p. Ken Matthews is riding in a gold cycle ride in order to raise money for muscular dystrophy and the Shaftesbury Society. He'll be arriving in Kings Lynn tomorrow evening, so show him your support if you spy him on the roads. The Tidalshaw Arts and Crafts Festival opens tomorrow. For 3 days, lace, jewellery, dolls and silks and embroidery stalls are all on display. The festival is open from 10 in the morning till 5 and the admission is only 50p. Classic from 1973, Kiki D's Amoureux. Oh la la. Check out the latest traffic update after this. KLFM 96.7, the sound of West Norfolk. Latest traffic update. Roadwork still causing restrictions on the A148 at Sculthorpe near the airfield. Police are continuing speed checks, so please keep your speeds down. If you're heading towards Norwich, we advise you to go via Fakenham due to the construction of the southern bypass. Delays are also possible on the A10 at West Winch near Kings Lynn, the A1065 at Sweltham. And being a bank holiday weekend, expect a lot extra traffic on the road, so leave extra time for your journeys. British Rail are reporting no problems on the newly electrified West Anglia line. Norwich Airport expect no problems or delays on either scheduled or chartered flights, and all the buses are running smoothly this morning. Reggie Carr, our car sticker spotter, has spotted a sticker in the car with registration B894PGV. If that's your registration number, you call the station now, Kings Lynn 692192, claim your KLFM t-shirt and go through to the £500 prize draw. It's 6 minutes to 9.
Down to West Norfolk 96.7 KLFM.
Once again, a very good morning to you. 11 minutes past 10 on KLFM. Peter Kingham with you through till 2. And, of course, we're playing the Where Am I quiz, aren't we? And on the line to have a chat with me, Jenny Doyle. Good morning to you, Jenny.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Not too bad, thank you.
Rightio. I reckon I've blown this thing, quite frankly, because I think everybody's got to know where I am. So, where am I?
The Sportsman at Elm.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Oh, I knew it'd go first call.
Good.
Well done, Jenny.
Right,
you
lovely.
win. Do you come into Kings Lynn?
Yes.
You do? Well, we'll put a goodie up on the front counter for you. Pop in, see the lovely Amanda and have a word with her.
Right, thank
Okay.
you.
The sound of West Norfolk 96.7 KLFM.
Well, it's just coming up to 20 to 11 here on KLFM, and starting on the 1st of September, the library in Kings Lynn are launching a competition, and that competition's called Capture the Moment. And on the line to tell us what that's all about is Alison Thorne. Alison, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Peter.
Now, what is this competition about?
Right. People have to draw or paint or photograph a West Norfolk scene of their choice.
Right, so it's an art competition, drawing, painting and photography.
Photography as well.
Good. Now, it's called Capture the Moment. Is there a set subject for this competition?
Well, you can take photographs or draw anything that's a West Norfolk scene, so it's open to different interpretations. Whatever you think. You can look from your bedroom window and paint what you see in your garden or anything at all.
Right. Now, the closing date for entries is in October. When will it be judged?
It will be judged around about the end of November, and the eventual presentation of prizes will be in December.
As late as December, so there really is plenty of time to get entries in for this one. Alison, have a lovely weekend, and thanks very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
It's 20 minutes past 11 o'clock. You're in tune with KLFM. The latest figures from the Home Office for 1991 show a 20% increase in car crime in Norfolk. Most people put security high on their list of car priorities, but few of them ever take it serious enough to spend a little bit more on making their vehicle even safer.
The vast majority of people are prepared to pay between £200 and £280 on car security. That's what they say they'll do. When it comes to actually purchasing, less than 5% actually purchase additional security products for their car.
And there'll be another Car Crime Prevention Year update next month, right here on KLFM.
The sound of West Norfolk 96.7 KLFM.
Yeah. Getting us underway on 2 o'clock rock today. Welcome along. Yes, it's Monday the 12th of October, 1992. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, and before that we had a little bit of Bobby Darin and Multiplication. It is 7 minutes after 2. Dave King between now and 6, and a whole pile of great stuff on today's show. We have the missing links. We've also got your 3 favourite songs. We keep you up to date with the travel, and we also keep you connected to what's happening out in West Norfolk. Sing the song. Okay, here we go then. Are you ready? The first one this week. You've had a weekend to recover from last week's missing links, so here we go again. I'm going to play you 3 songs, okay? I won't tell you the name of the artist and I won't tell you the name of the song. All you have to try and do is first of all work out what they are and then work out what the link is between them. There is a definite link between all the 3 songs. Here is song number 1. What is the missing link with all these little lot?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Missing link number 3. How are we doing so far? It's nothing to do with different makes of cars from Judy in Feltwell. She also then came back and said it's anything to do with films. Nothing at all to do with films. And it's nothing to do with water or any type of machine. Just to remind you, we're looking for one word. All those songs point you towards one word. And, well, if you think you know what it is, give us a call. Kings Lynn 0553 692 192. But go to the phones right now, because we have a terrific prize up for grabs. Who's on the phone? Hello, who's that?
Alex McGivern from Borsey.
All right then, Alex, what have you got?
I think that's the word is out.
Out?
Yeah.
Go on then, work that through then, quickly.
Well, it's car wash is wash out.
Mm.
The time of my life, that's time out. And Caravan of Love by the House Martins is outhouse.
Outhouse?
Yeah.
It does fit, but I'm afraid you're wrong.
Oh, all right then.
There you go, there's all the wrong answers. Thank you very much indeed. We haven't got many in the hat at all. And the answer I was looking for is insurance. That word called insurance. All right? So car insurance, life insurance, and finally house insurance. That is what it was. So well done if you got it right. Commiserations to a lot of people who got it wrong. Now, these people who are in the hat today on the missing links are Jeanette Gray from Snettisham, everybody at the window shop, Jim, Kim, Sue and Mel, Sandy Larmish is in the hat, Linda Pryor from GB Foods, Stephen Mathey from Kings Lynn, and finally Doreen Coker from McDonald Caravan. So well done, they're all in the hat, and one of those are going to be this afternoon's winner, so stand by.
And the message right now is traffic and travel news for you. No problems on the road, apart from the delays around Norwich due to the construction of the Southern Bypass. If you're heading towards Norwich, we advise you to go via Fakenham to avoid these delays, particularly at peak times. And as this weekend, it is bank holiday weekend, of course, the roads will be busier, all the usual routes heading towards the coast. I would suggest that you just take it easy, sit back, stretch out a little. Do that. Don't get really worked out with the traffic, because you will all get there eventually. I know your candy floss is getting warm and your hot dogs are getting cold, but just take it easy, alright? British Rail at the moment reporting no problems on West Anglia Line, and the Norwich Airport expecting no delays on either scheduled or chartered flights. Look ahead to September the 2nd, Wednesday. Delays are expected along the busy Edward Benefer Way in the centre of Kings Lynn for the next 14 weeks due to roadworks on the adjoining Estuary Road. There are traffic lights in operation, or there will be rather, but lengthy hold-ups will still be expected. If you can find an alternative route, you're advised to do so. Traffic and travel will keep you up to date on the sound of West Norfolk. 96.7, this is KLFM. We'll do What's On's next, after we hear from Bananarama, Love in the First Degree.
Past 2 o'clock, and welcome along to KLFM's Sports and Leisure programme for a Saturday. Coming up this afternoon, we'll have a preview of all the afternoon's Football League action for you, plus a roundup of all the results. Keith Chapman from the Lynn Stars will be joining us. We'll also be chatting to Carry On star Jack Douglas, and there'll be the chance for you to spend a day at Fakenham Races, all courtesy of KLFM. Music-wise, still to come in this hour, we have Bruce Chanel, Whitney Houston, Elton John, Michael Bolton, Seal, Betty Boo and Simple Minds.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7 KLFM.
On the roads this afternoon, you may find delays in the following places: the A149 at Thornham, the A148 at Sculthorpe, the A47 all around Narborough, Spall and Swaffham, the A1075 at Shipdham, the A1065 at Hillborough and the A1101 at Upwell. Also on the A1101 at Welney, it's still flooded, so please try to avoid that area if you can. Manor Road in Dersingham, Church Road in Terrington St James and Wheating Road in Cranwich, and the road between Hellhoughton and West Raynham are all closed. And finally, there are no problems reported on either the planes, trains or buses.
96.7 KLFM.
Chanel and Hey Baby. I find it impossible to listen to that record without thinking about Patrick Swayze gyrating his hips around. Oh, it's all too much for a Saturday afternoon. 27 minutes past 2 here on KLFM, and coming up very shortly, we'll take a look at all this afternoon's Football League action with John Anderson. On the phone now, I should have Kings Lynn Stars promoter Keith Chapman. Good afternoon, Keith.
Good afternoon, Mandy.
Now, over the past 2 weeks, Keith, there's been much speculation about the future of Henke Gustafsson and Dennis Lofquist. Is the matter finally resolved now?
Yes, it's resolved. As far as I'm concerned and as far as the rider's concerned, there is no problem now. It's all been resolved. Before it even went to print, it was sorted out as good as, and there was no need for it really to be covered the way it was. It's just one of those unfortunate things, you know.
So have both riders signed for next season now then, Keith?
They both belong to Kings Lynn, obviously. No one has signed new contracts for next year because no one really knows what is happening yet. So it would be more or less impossible to ask them to agree terms without even knowing what the terms might be.
3:33 here on KLFM, and if you're heading to the cinema this evening, showing locally are A League of Their Own, starring Tom Hanks, Gina Davis and Madonna, Patriot Games with Harrison Ford, and finally California Man, which Paul Baker will be reviewing a little later in the programme. 19 minutes to 3 o'clock, and what a start for Walker's winners in the Princess Anne Stakes at 2:30. We went for 4 to 5 favourite Cunning, and we came first. Oh yes.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7 KLFM.
Clock. It could well be you that we're sending to have the time of your life in Orlando, Florida.
The sound of West Norfolk, 96.7 KLFM.
Right, we have just a couple of seconds to do our extra special draw this morning on KLFM. 2 people from West Norfolk are going to be flying to Orlando in Florida. They'll be going to be staying at the Residence Inn Lake Buena Vista Hotel, which is a mile from Disney World. So we have a winner drawn out here with the 4 right answers on our launch leaflet. So let's find out whether they're in for this bank holiday.
Hello?
Hello, is that Christine?
It is, yes.
Christine Drew?
Yes.
That's right, is it?
It is.
Do you know who this is?
Well, actually, your voice does sound familiar.
Let me just take you back a little bit in time. You answered 4 questions on our launch leaflet.
Oh, yes.
Stars, Hunstanton, Gillian Shepherd.
I remember, KLFM.
And the Angle Centre in Wisbech.
Ah.
And what was it for?
Well, the first prize was a holiday of some description, wasn't it?
A holiday of some description. Yes, the first.
I can't just remember.
Yes, the first prize was a holiday for 2 people, in fact, and the first prize was a holiday to Orlando in Florida.
Yeah.
And the 2 lucky people who would be going on the first prize would be staying at the Residence Inn Lake Buena Vista in Orlando.
Yes.
And that is you.
Really? No, you must be kidding.
No, I'm certainly not kidding.
Oh, I can't believe it.
You are going to Orlando in Florida, courtesy of Kioni Holidays and KLFM. Who are you going to take with you?
My husband.
What's his name?
Peter.
Peter.
I can't believe it. Oh, thanks ever so much. Thank you. I'm sitting down on the stairs, shocked. Shocked, I'll tell you.
That's our latest winner on KLFM, Christine Drew, who works at Sainsbury's in Kings Lynn. The next winner could be you. Stay tuned to the sound of West Norfolk. Billy Ray Cyrus, and these boots are made for walking. It is 23 minutes to 9. Don't forget, coming up between 9 and 10, we have a whole hour of KLFM classics. I play you a whole bunch of music and headlines and news and all that sort of stuff from a certain year, and all you have to try and do is work out what year it is. Some good ones today as well. But today is the 1st of December, 1992. It's World AIDS Day. And in the first part of our AIDS report, we're going to be speaking to Mike Eden from East, which is the local support group and information group on HIV and AIDS. And also the mayor's wife in Kings Lynn, Carol Tilbury. Now, first of all, is there a need for a World AIDS Day?
Yes, I think there is. When we go out and talk to groups of people, we still find that there's fear, prejudice and a misunderstanding of how the virus is passed on. So I do think it's very important.
Now, this is after, 10 years or so of the awareness being around for 10 years. There's still a stigma attached to it, if you like.
Unfortunately, yes, which makes it very difficult if you are somebody who has HIV. But also, it makes people think it can't happen to me and perhaps not pay as much attention as they should to the kind of messages we're trying to get across. That, first and foremost, HIV is a sexually transmitted disease, and the best way to stop the virus spreading is for people who don't know the sexual history of their partner to practice safer sex, and that for most people will mean sex with a condom. And we first started finding out about the virus about 10, 11 years ago, and some people are not finding out that they're HIV positive until now. So it could mean that perhaps people need to think a number of years ago of what they were doing with whom.
Nothing seems to have changed in the last 10 years as far as HIV and AIDS are concerned. It still seems to be the same message. Is there any changes that have come across in the last 10 years?
HIV and AIDS is quite a difficult subject for people to actually talk about. When we chat to people on the phone line, they come out with all sorts of questions, perhaps things which they've read in the media or heard which aren't perhaps quite correct. I think that before anyone can make a choice, they really have to have all the information, and that's what we're trying to do. In regard to messages, I mean, I suppose you could say it depends which TV programs you watch or which papers you read. Hopefully people are taking HIV and AIDS on board. I think it's something which does need to be taken on board.
Has it changed people's attitudes to sex in the last 10 years?
I think hopefully that young people are taking it much more on board, probably because of the work done by the health education units, such as the play that's going to the schools. That type of education aimed at young people and getting them to actually look at and explore not just their attitudes but also perhaps their sexual practices is something which hopefully will be expanded far more in the area.
What do you hope to achieve in this area?
We're very much picking up on the theme of a community commitment, which is the theme for this year's World AIDS Day. And working together with colleagues, we started on a series of events to raise awareness about HIV and AIDS. So in September, a drama started going into practically every secondary school and youth centre in West Norfolk. We've been holding an art competition for young people in and out of school, and yesterday prizes were presented at Lynn Sport, so we've had the backing of Lynn Sport, and Kathy Johnson, who won a bronze medal in the Olympic Games, signed posters and certificates for the young people. And on Sunday there's going to be an evensong service at St Margaret's Church. Most of our civic leaders and borough councillors are going to come to the service, and of course anybody who would like to show support and compassion for people with HIV is very welcome to attend.
Carol Tilbury and Mike Eden. It is World AIDS Day today, and we'll have another chat with those two coming up later on this afternoon with John Bradley right here on KLFM.
96.7 KLFM.
And it is World AIDS Day today, and a little bit later on in the programme we'll have views on sort of things and, well, that might help you if you know someone who's suffering from AIDS.
Safe condom information, even just asking for general leaflets, which again is something we would give out.
What would make somebody go to have a HIV test?
I think that the problem is that the symptoms are different in everybody. I think you have to remember that this is a virus which actually attacks the immune system. Everyone's immune system is different. So to say, well, you know, it's night sweats or it's feeling sick or whatever, is very misleading. And I think again, we're back to misleading people. I would say that if someone had been involved in what could be called risky practices, then perhaps they ought to certainly think about going up to either the GUM or perhaps ringing East for some advice and information.
Now, in the past we've heard an awful lot. There's the Terence Higgins Trust, which is sort of world famous. Is it the case that we're sort of putting millions and millions of pounds in and getting nowhere?
No, I don't think so. I think that although we need to be spreading the message more and more, that people are beginning to listen to what's being said, but there's still a number of people who know in their minds how the virus is spread, but perhaps aren't translating that into behaviour.
Do you think that is, I mean, especially in our sort of part of the world, a rural sort of an area, perhaps that, you know, the thinking maybe, well, it's never going to get into West Norfolk. Is that the thinking?
Yes, I think maybe it is, and that's one of the hurdles I think we have to get over. And the message is that HIV could affect anybody at any age whose behaviour puts them at risk. So if two people have only had sex with each other and are mutually faithful to each other, they are not going to be at risk. But if you are having sex with a partner and you're unsure of your partner's sexual history, or if you're a drug user and you're sharing needles and syringes, then that is very, very risky behaviour.
The voice of Carol Tilbury there, who is the Area Health Promotion Officer for this area, Mike Haddon too. We'll have more from that interview in just a mo. Time now, 9 minutes to 5 on KLFM 96.7. On World AIDS Day on KLFM 96.7. Dave King, well, he's been speaking to Carol Tilbury, who's the Area Health Promotion Officer for this part of the world, and he's actually asked her what the likelihood of cross-infection of HIV virus through normal blood transfusion is.
In this country, all blood is screened and all blood products are heat treated and have been since 1985. So the blood transfusion service is as safe as it can be.
Right, so that's put quite a few people's minds at rest. We said earlier on about old stigmas and old ways of thinking. It could be caught through saliva, it could be caught through kissing and all this sort of stuff. Is that still relevant as well?
No, it's really very difficult to pass on the virus unless you are involved in unprotected sex with somebody, again, whose history you don't know, or you are sharing needles and syringes.
So if you're not doing either of those, it's very, very difficult to contract it.
Very difficult for virus to be passed on. You need to be sensible about first aid, but only sensible. The two main ways of the virus being passed on are through unprotected sex and through sharing needles and syringes.
I think that Freddie Mercury's death certainly brought to people perhaps in my age group, which is 40-ish, you suddenly realise that there's someone within your own age group here who in fact died of AIDS. It's just a terrible shame it takes a death for people to actually take this thing on board.
So how can we get hold of East?
East is open Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings between 7 and 10, and it's 776655. That's King's Inn number.
And our thanks indeed to Carol Tilbury, who's the Area Health Promotion Officer, and also to Mike Haddon there for his advice about his group East that maybe can offer you some help and assistance. And you can contact East on King's Lynn 776655. And both of those offering assurance and indeed help for any AIDS sufferer out there. We'll have more music for you right after this.
There's the turkey, the drink, the kids' presents. We could do with some extra cash. Then start playing the EDP Cash Cracker competition.